One of the reasons that I actually joined the program in the first time, I was on a board at that time, and there were some aspects of the governance of that board that weren't sitting very well with me. And going through the course, and it gave me some tools and some tips and some strategies that I could use while I was on that board, which I did apply during the course. One of the great aspects of the course is because we actually had a week in between, you could digest what you'd learnt, you could go and apply it, and it allowed time to reflect on various aspects of why every individual participant was at the course. And we were all there, I think, for slightly different reasons. So for myself, in the end, I made a decision two decisions actually. One, that the board that I was on at the time, that was, it had a slightly toxic culture. There were far too many red flags in the end for me to remain on that board. So I have since left that board. That was one of the best decisions that I had made, because when you have a number of red flags, especially if you're on a not-for-profit board where you're not being paid and yet you're expected to be accountable, the level of accountability for directors continues to grow. And it has given me the time to pursue other areas. So what I determined was that was not a board that I wished to continue on. And I also made the decision that boards that I would step onto in the future would have to be a paying role. And doing the course really helped me make some very clear decisions. And it also helped me, once I made that decision, I had more time to actually better pursue other opportunities. So one of the things I have been doing since, and especially as we've been let out, is networking.
COVID, isolation, yes.
Absolutely. That 2 years was just hell on my networking. And now I'm back into it. So I actually attend at least 2 networking events every week without fail. And I'm asking other people to let me know that if there are other events on that I perhaps, if you think I perhaps should come along with you, then let me know and I'll come. So, and now, Margot, you'll love this one. It's only last week I was at an industry event, and I was talking to a few people, obviously, but 2 of them, this is the irony of it, we were talking, explaining to each other what we do, and we were getting on very, very well. And then, so we're exchanging cards, and the comment was, "Oh, we already know each other." And I'm saying, "Oh, do we?" And he said, "Yes, I interviewed you almost 2 years ago for a board role." Now, this was a paying board role too. And he said, "We should have another talk about that." And I said, "I think you're right." And that happened twice in one night. 2 people who I had actually been interviewed by. One, it was a Zoom meeting, and of course the technology, everything that could have gone wrong in that meeting did. The camera wouldn't work, the software had been upgraded, and anyway, look, it just didn't go well at the time. But I think now there's a real possibility, and then there's another possibility, and there's also another firm not related to what I do have started talking to me about becoming a guest speaker for some of their events. Going back to the program, I described it very much as being collegiate and safe, in that even if you're on a board, sometimes the people you wish you could speak with are the ones causing the problems. So be it whoever in whatever position, they're the one, and you've got no one who, in confidence,
it's lonely being on a board. Yes.
It's lonely being on a board. You can't go out and have drinks with someone and go, "Oh yeah, look, blah 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 and blah blah blah." It's confidential. So in the environment, the course provided an environment where we were, well, for me, I was very comfortable in talking about a couple of very specific issues that I was having, and I was able to make a decision and overcome them, step past them, move on with my life. I think there are bigger and better things coming, and making myself available to them. I also learnt a lot about toughening up on a board, in that the world is not black and white. You can have all the governance theory in the world. It doesn't mean that something is purely right or purely wrong. It is very much a whole lot of shades of risk. And if you can manage that risk, then that is okay. But for some things, if you feel you just can't manage that risk, and we're so accountable legally, and so it allows people to step back, and it is very much real life rather than theory. Theory is wonderful. Real life is a completely different animal, and how you can react and act in real life is very different. And I just found that aspect of it very, very helpful. Real life situations that other people have faced in boards, what is actually going on, topical, relevant for today, and the growing accountability on directors. We really have to be very, very careful about how we behave, and just every aspect of being a director comes with a certain level of personal risk and reputational risk. I'd just say, if you're interested in being a director, be a good director. Learn what you can, and learning is about people and theory. I just found this course was wonderful. It suited me down to the ground.